Right thing, wrong time. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 96 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and have you ever done the right thing and failed? I think it happened to all of us at least once. And if you actually cared about what you were doing, you would be like asking yourself, what have I done wrong? Was it not good enough? Should I change something? And we constantly pursue, let's say, this internal monologue and trying to analyze what we did right, what we did wrong. But sometimes you really did everything right. What you did was okay. It's just that maybe it was just the wrong time. I would like today to expand a bit upon this topic because I was inputted again, and it was very, very nice from one of you that just sent me a random DM and saying, hey man, I saw what you're doing on YouTube and Spotify and I really like it, keep it up. And it's always, it shocks a bit your perception because being myself a pretty data-driven person, of course, when you look at analytics, it's going amazingly for, again, what I had in mind, but if you have to look it from outside, of course, it's not something that it's booming. But I have to always remind myself, and I keep on, again, saying it because it's not something to, lie to myself, but it's actually the truth, that the goal of my project was not reachability. The goal of my project was not to build necessarily an audience. Of course, it is required, or it is not even necessarily required. I mean, it's welcomed. I would love to have more interaction in all of my videos, but at the same time, it's not the point. Therefore, when you think about the right thing you're doing, you should ask yourself, is it actually the thing that I want to do? And what is the goal of my project? Is it reachability? Is it to make sales? Is it to actually gather something? Because sometimes it's not about that, and you should acknowledge it, because otherwise you will clash with this constant, perception that we have that if you don't see value or if you don't reach a certain target, then what you did was wrong. This is not the case. And sometimes, I don't want to even try to compare this to what I'm about to say, but it's just to bring the point across. There has been a lot of times in the past, with artists as Van Gogh, or when the iPhone first launched. Those were things that people at the moment were not liking. Those were things that were right in every single way. The vision was correct. The idea was correct. The product was correct. Everything was right. Yet, they started to be appreciated at a much later stage. In the first instance with Van Gogh, even after he died. So that is very, very sad because, it's something that you produced and yet you were not able to enjoy it. And for the iPhone, Steve Jobs still managed to see the success of it. But at the same time, I am pretty sure that he would have loved to see the evolution of his product. But both things turned out to be the right things and not really at the right time. So again, try to understand and not to put pressure on what you're doing purely based on metrics. Another thing that you should be asking yourself is, what I'm doing, does it have an intrinsic value for me? Would I be doing it even without, let's say, any kind of recognition? Because that kind of activity and that kind of feeling is the only kind of, behavior that will defeat the test of time and will be able to proceed even, above what you envisioned. It's not easy to simply do something for the sake of doing it because, again, you might be able to do it for a certain period, but at some point, sorry to break it to you, but you just won't make it. So really, there are so many occasions in life where in order for something to be successful and for you to be happy in what you're doing, there needs to be that second component. It's not enough, indeed, to have just the right thing. You also need the right time. Sometimes it's a necessity, because as I said, even until now, we discussed about things that maybe intrinsically didn't want to be seen, didn't want to have necessarily a public just be exposed to somebody, You were just doing the thing because you wanted it. Therefore, the conception that we usually use, on having a recognition for what you do and doing it at the right time shouldn't be applied to those scenarios, because then you go along and destroy something that had meaning and was valuable based on something that should not have been attached to it. But some other times, in order for you to succeed, you need both the right thing and have the right moment in which you use it. The funny part is that this magical right thing, it's not something that you can prepare. And I would like to close on this bit and, bring a bit of positivity out of it, as we usually do here. Because so many times in my life, especially lately, the nice things that happen to me, the things that are truly valuable to me, happened not because I was actively doing something, or I had an idea and I was pursuing that idea in order to get something, but all the activities that I was, let's say, doing on a normal basis and to which I considered to be the right thing to do for me at that time, led all together to these results that I couldn't have envisioned. So if you have to take actionable advice out of this, is don't focus so much on finding the right time and already preparing the right thing, but focus on doing the right thing for you. Do the things that you like. Do the things that actually bring you joy. And as I said before, you will be able to pursue whatever happens. Because if you really are doing what is aligned with you, and if you really are driving something that makes you happy, the right time will arrive. Maybe it's not now, maybe it's not in 1 year, but down the line, there will be a moment in which it will click, and all those years of unpaid effort will be definitely worth it. Having said that, don't want to keep you longer. I tried to do a bit of a more structured episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I'm losing way too much time on these thumbnails, but I'm getting the sense of it. I'm finding new tools that I can use. I'm easing into it, but at the start, it's always a pain to be able to find the right things and use the right style to create something meaningful. But slowly we'll get there. Thank you very much for listening. As always, before concluding, feel free to share any kind of moment in your life that you had where you did the right thing, but it was the wrong time, or vice versa, or whatever you think it's appropriate for this. And what else to say? See you at the next one.